Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Create Your Own Reality podcast, where we share stories and practical tips to help you level up your mindset, reconnect with your purpose, and boost your confidence. If this is your first time listening to the show, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're able to take something from this episode to turn your day from good to great. Let's get into it. It's completely fine to be different. Be different. You have one life. Live it with zero regrets. I think this message is so extremely important, and it's not unfamiliar from any of the other things I've shared before. Just in terms of course, creating your own reality and building a life you love. Life is just so short, and I think so many people really take it too seriously. Which I also understand because I know I have been there myself in different times in my own life. Not to say that I don't take things seriously when they need to be taken seriously, because I most definitely do. As a chronic thinker and somewhat recovering perfectionist, I definitely can very much tend to take things seriously a lot of the time. And it's one of those things that I am always still working on improving myself. And it's always one of those things that will be a work in progress, I feel like, because let's face it, none of us are perfect, and that's okay. But in terms of being different, I think being able to forge your own path and do the things that make you happy and that really fulfill you and fill your cup and are important to you are the things that you should focus on. It's not important what everybody else says or what everybody else thinks, even though many of us, of course, have maybe grew up in that environment. And again, with social media, it's hard not to compare yourself sometimes to other people who maybe already super successful or your family friends maybe that have somehow gotten a great opportunity before you and vice versa. You can't take any of that too seriously. And who's to say that you're doing any better or worse than they are? Great, maybe they do have an opportunity, but who's to say that they are truly enjoying what they're doing? As we know, social media is mostly for highlight reels. If all you see is their highlight reel, you really don't know what's going on for them on a daily basis. I think it's way more important to do your own thing and truly create your own path of doing whatever it is that you love. For example, as I've already mentioned so many times, I am finishing up my Pilates teacher certification, and it's been on my, you know, goals list of things that I've wanted to do for the past 3 years. And to finally know that I'm going to be accomplishing that goal in the next month is uh, just so exciting. Like, I can't even begin to tell you, honestly. But yeah, I mean, even with that being said, I, of course, just myself in general, have never been one to follow a traditional path. Again, if you've been around for a while, I originally went to school for dance, switched my major to cinematography. Again, now moving into being a Pilates instructor, I've always veered on the side of, creativity and again, just not following a very traditional path. And the other day, I was having a conversation with somebody And, we were just talking about work and how difficult life can be sometimes, right? Especially living out in LA. You know, it's expensive, and let's not even talk about gas. But yeah, so I don't know, we just got into a couple different things, but this person had said to me, like, oh, you know, you should focus on getting a safe job, like getting a 9 to 5. And I just had to really hold back my laughter because if you listen to the show, or if you listen to a couple episodes back, you would know that I have gotten laid off from 2 different jobs in the past 2 years. None of that, I of course can't control that. First one was more of a mutual thing, and the second one was, of course, I don't have a definitive answer, but from what it seemed like, it was just because they didn't like my availability. Because I, again, am pursuing something that I'm passionate about, and I just need a second income, right? Which is ridiculous. But again, just that statement really, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Inside Out, but if you have, then of course, anger. As I heard this person tell me that, that is all I've felt in my body. It was like just the flame of anger, like coming off of my body. Like I literally felt like a cartoon character. But of course, I contained myself. I continued on with the conversation. And as I was reflecting on it later, it really just reminded me how important it is and how much of a goal it is for myself to really build a business a and just build a dream life, build my dream life. And that's not going to look the same for everybody because again, every single person is different. And I think that's the most powerful thing of all. You need to channel the things that make you different from everybody else. And I think sometimes that's really difficult to be able to see those things as strengths. But in reality, that's exactly what they are. Again, you might not be able to see it at first, but by connecting with other people and talking to other people, you will soon be able to realize just how important the things that make you different truly are. Whether or not you're trying to also build your own business or grow in your career or a trade or freelance, whatever it may be, no two people are exactly alike. And that is your superpower. Be different. Acknowledge that. Use it as a strength in your everyday life. And honestly, just see how much of a difference that truly makes. Because as hard as it may be in the beginning to make that switch, it will be so incredibly powerful to see where that can truly take you. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked this episode, please be sure to leave a review and share it with a friend. Comment down below to share your takeaways with others and join the email list from the link in the show notes. Until next time, stay motivated, be inspired, and don't forget to encourage others.